Goal Setting 2.0, how to emotionally attach yourself, your mind, your desires to your goals. Now, why do we want to do this? Well, have you ever set a goal and you felt motivated for a few hours, a few days, and then nothing? It's like crickets. The truth is, most goals fail not because they're too big or too ambitious or too ridiculous even, as some people may say, but because they don't feel real or urgent enough. In this audio, we're going to know how you can emotionally attach yourself to your goals so that they become non-negotiable. And by the end of this video, you'll do just that. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. One of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to have a deep motivation and create a vision for your goal that pushes you forward automatically and naturally. It's really easy and effortless to do this. So what do we want to consider? The thing is most people, they're setting logical goals. And this makes sense somewhat because most goals, they are set with the conscious mind, and then the unconscious mind is the goal getter. However, you have to get your unconscious mind involved, and this is how you can use the power of emotions in goal achievements. Now, the reason this is so effective is because the unconscious mind, this is where your emotions are. It's the domain of your emotions. So your mind, it's wired for emotions. So why not have really positive emotions to help you get your goal? Because if you have a goal and it's clear and it's written down correctly, which means that you have a date, you know what you're going to feel, you know specifically what you're going to achieve, so you're going to know if it's measurable or not, then if you have strong feelings towards this goal, and I mean towards it, not away from it, then this is going to drive action. So if your goal, it doesn't have things like curiosity or excitement or any sort of urgency or deep meaning to you, then your mind, it's not even going to follow the path of least resistance. It's not even wanting to go on a path with you. So how often are you thinking about your goal with positive emotions? So there's some examples of people having emotionally driven success. There's many people that I work with, many entrepreneurs, and they have their personal stories and a deep purpose that allows them to get their goals. Or have you ever heard of an athlete talking about that they felt that victory before they even achieved it? So this is how people attach themselves to their goal. So you want to connect yourself through deep motivation. You want to know what is truly important to you about your goal. Because if you don't, then chances are your goal, the process, it's not going to work. So a lot of people, they get on the surface level. They say, I want more money. Okay, great. Your goal has more money. However, is that really going to work if you're only motivated by money? Have you ever been around someone only motivated by money? Chances are that they're going to not care too much about other people if they're only motivated by money. So you need to ask yourself, why does this matter? Why does more money matter? And then when you get that answer, you can ask again, why does that matter? And why does that matter? And that's going to deep down give you your motivation. So for example, let's say someone says they want to lose weight. So that's more on the surface. Okay, I want to lose weight. Great. Why do you want to do that? I want to feel confident. And why do you want to do that? Well, I want to be healthy and active with my kids. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We're getting deeper. So when you're healthy and active with your kids, why does that matter? And then when you get even deeper, that's when the true emotion is going to come to the surface. You're really going to understand why you want to achieve your goal. So you can do that with your goal. So think of your goal and ask yourself why several times so that you can easily and effortlessly create that emotion and achieve it. You can also create a visualization practice where you feel that success in your mind. You can imagine what it looks like, what it sounds like, what it feels like, and really intensify those feelings. And an easy way to create that is to ask yourself, what is the last thing you have to do so you know you have your goal? And create a picture of this in your mind, because now we're going to get the goal with the unconscious mind. It's already been set logically. Now when the unconscious mind get involved and it starts to visualize, it doesn't necessarily know the difference between what is real and imagined. So when you do this, look at yourself in the picture. See your body in the picture. If you look only through your own eyes in the picture, chances are your unconscious mind may think you already did the goal. However, use any pictures, sounds, feelings, and really intensify the feelings, any taste, smells, and self-talk to make it more real. So if your goal is to buy your dream home, you can imagine walking through it, being there with the people you love, touching the walls, laying on the bed, taking a shower, all these wonderful things, and feel the excitement, the curiosity. Go around being so curious in that house. Everything that you can see, everything that you can touch or hear or whatever. Maybe it's you opening the door and you just love the sound of that door opening and going into the backyard and hearing the birds chirping, whatever it is. So that's another way to attach emotion to the goal. You can also create a story for yourself to add emotion to your goal. I'm sure you've achieved goals in the past where they have a really good story behind them. So why not create a story to help you get your goal? And you can really have some steps to get there. That's the cool thing about this, is when you tell your story, all stories have different steps, usually. They don't just start and then finish out of nowhere. So if you can tell a story, knowing some things that you're going to have to go through or accomplish on your way to the goal, and attach really good emotions to that, your mind is really going to think that this goal is important to you. Now, you also want to make the goal feel urgent and non-negotiable, that no matter what, you're going to do whatever it takes to achieve this. So you need to create urgency by setting deadlines so your mind knows that you have to take action. You can also remove any backup plans so there's no turning back. Because if you don't have a deadline, a lot of people, I just got asked this question last week. Someone asked me, well, what if I don't want to put a date on my goal? Well, first of all, your unconscious mind is a goal getter. If you don't have a date for your goal of when your unconscious mind is going to achieve it, who's to say your unconscious mind is even going to do anything to help you achieve the goal? Your unconscious mind may think it's just this ongoing thing that doesn't really matter to you. When you put a date, you know if you're going to achieve it or not. Now, there's other reasons for this too. A lot of people say, well, I took a program before and, they didn't make us put a date on the goal. And, why do you want me to have a date on the goal? Look at it this way. If you don't have a date on the goal, are you ever going to urgently resolve anything that's in the way to the goal? Let's say that you have some limiting beliefs, or you have some negative emotions, or you have a fear of success or failure or something in the way of the goal. So if you don't have a date, are you ever going to really make yourself get rid of those limitations or get rid of those negative emotions to get the goal? No. However, if I'm working with someone and they tell me within 3 months they want to do something, guess what? We're going to have to start getting rid of limiting beliefs and installing empowering ones. We're going to have to get rid of any fears or any anger, sadness, hurt, guilt, regret, frustration. We're going to have to install positive emotions, and we're going to have to do that fast, because if someone has no date, then there's no urgency in the goal. And the good thing about resolving this, as I said, is now you're putting empowering emotions inside of your mind. You're learning from the negative emotions. And when you learn things, it's so much easier to achieve success. So you want your goal to also be urgent. This really helps you get what you want. And you also want to stay emotionally invested in your goal over time. So you could do something every day that helps you boost your focus towards your goal. You can reinforce progress with small rewards. I always recommend having rewards for your goal. Then your unconscious mind thinks this is a pleasurable experience. You can have a vision board that you make to see what it's going to be like to achieve that goal, you can have your goal written down somewhere so you see it, or you can just imagine yourself feeling the feelings that you have once you have achieved that goal already. If you act as if the person who already achieved that goal, then emotionally you're going to stay engaged and it's going to feel really, really good. So goals, they're not waiting for you. Use your emotions towards your goals. It makes it really easy for you. And one last thing to mention here, I think that is really good. You can say your goal like this. You can imagine the benefits of achieving your goal and say one or two of those benefits, then state your goal, and then state more benefits or more things or experiences you're going to have. So that makes it like inside of a sandwich there. So you can say, well, I'm going to be healthy with my kids, and I'm going to be able to exercise whenever I want and go on all the dream vacations I want. And my goal is to lose this amount of weight by this date. And this allows me to make new relationships at work and make more money. And this allows me to create a better relationship with my kids. And that means that I have lots of respect from all sorts of people. So you can kind of sandwich your goal into there, and that'll bring out the emotions too. Definitely share this with someone who will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Comment below what are some emotions that you think are important to feel during your goal. I think curiosity and excitement are some good ones. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.